especially as it applies to social work, they're not really being prepared to grasp and to then learn and master something like this. And really, everybody around this table that I've talked to intensively, Ross and Al mainly, and to some extent Andre, we're all really already in the same place.
Right.
And the reality is that Ross didn't go into the history of it, but the model we're talking about was really initially clarified based on the work of people who were community professionals. They didn't have degrees, they didn't have clinical training, they had certain skills, certain attitudes, certain beliefs, and so a model has been distilled out of that. Now, when it comes to social workers getting this, the thing that I know Al has learned, I certainly have, is that you have to create a culture in your agency that prioritizes this model and make secondary all of the pathological centered work. And once they get tied into that reality, you see something that you could talk about as miraculous. Because, like even last night, we had a big meeting with foster parents. And the only thing the staff could tell me, foster parents, biological parents, kids, were all there. The only thing they could tell me, and they were so happy, and this happens all the time, is that we had a situation with two very disturbed boys who've been bouncing around the system. They got to a foster parent who's been with us for years, and a therapist, social worker, who has been acculturated to the model. And so they engineered and supported a connection between the unique strengths of this foster parent and the wishes of the biological family.
Right.
And the boys are better. Our psychiatrist is taking them off the medication. And it's like, but it's not miraculous. What it did was bring together the healing elements, the right communication framework, the right values in a systematic way. And see, this model has been distilled to a skill set, but it's also, it's a belief system, and in an agency it has to be a culture. So the culture doesn't say, hey, no, you can't know any psychopathology. But the culture will say, this is our primary approach.
Right,
Now,
that's your
where
foundation.
psychopathology fits in there, maybe we got to talk about that. But we're always doing this family work and using these methods and employing these skills. We listen to, if you're sitting in with a visit, you see the skills, you see over and over again. So it gets refined, it gets deepened, and it's very powerful, and it does have the right kind of provenance, because can talk about its evolution from this work that was done by the Child Guidance Center, and before that, Mnuchin's work in Philadelphia, and was it upstate New York?
It was right there in the heart of
Oh, okay.
Harlem.
Yeah, was that where Wilkwick is? In Philly?
Wilkwick was where the kids went.
Right, but where was that? In Philly?
No.
It was New York,
It's
wasn't
New
it?
York
Oh,
City.
okay. That doesn't matter. He'll tell you.
But the kids came out of the,
Out of the Philadelphia area.
no, out of the various boroughs of New York.
Oh, okay, got it.
Ross, I don't mean to interrupt. Do you mind switching over here?
I don't mind.
So we can.
Yeah. So it has a provenance that's really so powerfully legitimate when it's laid out. And even more, legitimate is the wrong word. It goes beyond, and I say this, and I say it's my own reflection of my own beliefs. It goes beyond evidence-based. It's experience, wisdom-based, and it's based in and mirrored in the realities of really highly effective
That's right.
families and communities.
And, see, my point I'm keep hammering is that we can do this, so that we are prepared to be the real vehicle that's going to make whatever they think they're doing successful for the sake of the community, the families, and the children. We have these capabilities of doing that. And what I think we're trying to do is position ourselves to be who they turn to make this thing work. That they turn to those of us who have been meeting around the table, because if I follow people around and I follow people at the Children's Center, I'll see them doing the model. I'll see them doing it, because the model is a natural way to work with people and treat them. So that we are the biggest part of the solution right now. And there's a group of us who have practiced. Everyone who has practiced N2 has practiced what is necessary at this point to make this whole system work. So I'm saying I'm still pushing for us to emerge as critical to moving forward.